Hello. Today we are going to make a drum, and you're going to center your drum ring on the hide, and you're going to make sure your smooth side is flat on the surface that you're using, and the rough side is up. Now I already tied this, so I put 2 knots in here, and I made sure that it was tied and pulled, so it's not going to come out of place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come across to this side, and I'm going from the outside in and pulling, and pull it a little tight. And if you don't get it too tight, we can tighten it up at the end, and I'll show you how to do that. Now, it doesn't matter if you go here or here. You can do either side. I'm going to start over here, and we're going to do the same thing from the outside in, and I'll pull it. Now this one, since I started over here, I'm going to come to this one. If I had started here, I would come over here to this one. So you're going to go opposite of where you do this one. So I'm coming to this side. I'm going to do the same thing and pull it, and then to the next one over here. And we're going to keep doing this until we get all the way around and our lacing has gone through all the holes on the hide. This is the last hole. So, oh, look at my knot's coming out. I gotta fix that. What I'm gonna do is loosen it up some. Nope, that's fine. Okay, so where we started with the knot, I'm gonna pull and pull, and then just keep going around. And pulling, just making them nice and taut. They don't have to be extremely tight. And then with the extra lacing that's left over, I am going to come through and make a handle. So what I'll do is let me figure out which one I want to do. I'm going to come here between these two. Let me see that. Between these two, and I'm going to stick the lacing through, under, and back over to the top. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take these 3, and I'm going to start wrapping the lacing around, going under and over. I'm going to do that about 4 or 5 times, depending on how much lace. I got a lot of lacing left. So you can go 4 or 5 times. You can go more if you want. It's up to you. We're just going to keep going over and under. And this process will help tighten these strings up too. And then you're going to pull them tight so that this looks like that. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to go through this one, these two right here. You can either go through these two or these two, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go under, and then I'm going to bring it over here. And I'm going to go around these three and do the same thing over here with these three that I did with those three. So I think that looks like a pretty good handle for the drum. I'm going to come up under here and I'm going to go like this. You can see that. I'm holding it, come under, I'm tying it off. You leave it like that. You can leave the excess because when it dries, you can cut this off. It will stay in place. And for the sides, we're going to try to get as many wrinkles out as we can. And we're sorry. Push it up and push these into here. Some of them might not stay, so what you can do for the ones that won't stay is take something like a little bit of paper towel, fold it. This one is not going to stay, so I'm going to pull it, try to get those out, and a little bit of wrinkles is fine. I'm going to put the paper towel there, and I'm just using a paper clip. You can use small binder clips if you want, or clothespins. I have paper clips, so that's what I'm going to use. I have used tape in the past to get them to stay. You don't want, if you use tape, don't use duct tape because it'll leave a sticky mark on the side of your drum. I'm just going to go around and push them down. This one's a little short on this side. So I'm going to put another paper clip here. And then the piece of leather you got. You can either put it on while it's drying, or you could wait till it's dried to put it on. I prefer to wait till it's dry to put it on. You're just gonna wrap it around just to make the handle a little softer, because when the rawhide dries it's a bit rough. So you're just gonna wrap it around your handle. And you can either glue it or you can just tie it off like that. Then you're going to set your drum up, but you got to put something under at least one side. Got an old paper towel. I put it on there so that the air goes underneath there to help dry it. It takes about 24 hours for it to completely dry, and then you'll be able to play it. This is deer hide. So deer hide is not as thick as elk or buffalo or moose, and so it only takes a couple hours in room temperature water for it to get nice and soft to be able to use and make your drum. Elk, buffalo, or moose, or anything with a thick skin, you're probably going to want to soak it overnight in room temperature water or lukewarm water to get it to be soft enough to be pliable. But like I said, this is deer hide, and their hide is a little thinner, so it doesn't take that long to get it nice and pliable. And let me grab a drumstick. So next we're going to work on the drumstick. You should have got one of these in your kits. It's an alder stick. And so it's going to come with these little instructions. And you're just going to pick which end of the stick you want to put your the head on. You got these little glue sticks in your, well, they're not glue sticks. These little tubes of glue you got in your kit. So, put some glue down. And the reason why we're gluing it is because when you're playing your drum, you don't want your drumstick head to come flying off. Let's go put it there. Start wrapping this piece of cloth around there. It's got glue all over my desk. Put some more glue in there. I'll hold it down for a sec. Make sure. So then you got this nifty piece of leather and sinew. Now, it's your preference whether you want the smooth side or the rough side of the leather. You put it on the top, pull it down, take your sinew, put it around the bottom of where you put that piece of cloth on the inside. You want to leave a little bit of sinew. You're going to tie it. Okay, so yes, I did that. I grabbed the wrong sinew. Got the right sinew now. So I'm going to tie it tight. Like I said, do a little bit. Hold it down here. Start wrapping your sinew around. As tight as you can get it. As far as I'm going to go. And now that piece that I told you to leave, we're going to use that to help tie it off. You have a drumstick. And you can cut the excess sinew off. And there you have it. There's your drumstick. There's your drum. So if you're going to paint your drum, use an acrylic paint. You can use a high gloss acrylic if you want, or a non-gloss acrylic. But acrylic, don't use an oil-based paint, because the oil-based paints will not dry on the rawhide. So there you have it. There's your drum and your drumstick. And again, it takes about 24 hours to dry. And you will be able to play your drum the day after you make it.